So, a very good evening to all the faculty members, research scholars, participants, my fellow colleagues, and eminent speakers from STATCRAFT Bangalore. It is my pleasure to welcome you all in the one-day international webinar on data analysis in R with STATCRAFT. This is the first webinar in a series of programs on data analysis organized by the Department of Statistics, Shri J. Narayan Mishra Postgraduate College, Lucknow. Through our webinars, seminars, workshops, and other programs, we are planning to help data science enthusiasts all over the world to put in place the necessary tools and skill sets to harness the power of data. Our programs will include programming languages like SPSS, R, Python, Stata, amongst many, and algorithms like machine learning, natural language processing, and network analysis algorithms, among others, to find out what the data is saying or could say about patterns and behavior. This goes beyond the science of data cleaning and considers understanding the math behind these algorithms. It is the art of contextualizing the output of these algorithms. We at the Department of Statistics, Shri J. Narayan Mishra Postgraduate College, Lucknow, see these components as building blocks for any successful data science venture, building blocks that are foundational. Because if any one of these components is missing or lacking, you cannot derive good data-driven insights. Let us embrace these steps with open hearts and minds and work together in our data science journey to create value at the industry, corporate, and individual levels. Thank you and happy learning. Without any further ado, we would like to start the inaugural of today's session by inviting Professor Vinod Chandra Sir, Principal Shri J. Narayan Mishra Postgraduate College, Lucknow. Professor Chandra has served as the head of the Department of Sociology, Shri J. Narayan Mishra Postgraduate College for several years now. He has been a member of the Board of Management, Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner, Rajasthan, the Registrar of A.N. Sinha Institute of Social Sciences, Patna, the Controller of Examination of Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow, and a lot of other academic positions. Professor Chandra has been the recipient of the Award of the Social Scientist and the Commonwealth Academic Scarf Scholarship. He is currently serving as the Vice President of the Research Committee on Sociology of Youth, International Sociology Association, and has been the President of Indian Association of Life Skills Education, the Secretary of Research Committee on Sociology of Population, and the list is endless. He has a teaching experience of over 35 years and is also the editor of numerous international and national journals. His publications are famous all over the world. We are honored to have him amongst us today. Sir, please say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Meghna, and the convener of this program, this web-based solution for analysis with this is great learning opportunity, STATCRAFT, which I believe that it is going to discuss the program R for social science and pure sciences research students and research fellow. So this is really a great honor for me to be part of this workshop, and being principal of our prestigious institution, Shri JNPG College. I welcome you all, and those who are participating in this web workshop, I could say, or web lecture series or web-based solution exercise, which Meghna has wonderfully crafted. And Meghna's colleague, I also welcome Dr. Sabia Singh, who happens to be faculty in Department of Statistics of our college. And then we have co-convener, Mr. Madhusudan, who is a sales and marketing head of predictive analytics solution, which is, I believe, based in Bangalore. And the speaker is also an eminent expert, a statistician, predictive analytics solution, and his field of study is masters in statistics. He has done his MSc stats, and statistics and Python and R These are the area in which he is working. So Python is definitely a very useful language, and now people are working on R. R is definitely opening the new vistas and new avenues for research, and most of the scientific research in pure sciences or the social sciences or in behavioral sciences as well. People are using the R for making analysis. So this is really a very, very meaningful conference, meaningful seminar for all of us. And I mean, I personally believe that without statistics, no movement in the academia is possible right now, because statistics is a ladder to reach to our goals. Through statistics, we are in the age of digital age. We are actually moving ahead along with statistics. And when I say statistics mean the data, and data is not enough, but data analytic is more important. So everything is based on data: how to consume data, how to cook data, how to analyze data, how to develop data, how to articulate data. This is the life. This is the need of an hour. So with this objective, this workshop is really a very good workshop for me and for all the participants who are going to attend for next 2 hours. So I wish all the best for the participants, and I'm sure that this will be a very fruitful exercise for all of us. And definitely I welcome, on behalf of the college, our guest speaker in this workshop. So the participant, the guest speaker, and the agency who is collaborating to organize this conference and this workshop is also welcome, because without their support, we will not be in a position to organize such a wonderful team, such a wonderful audience, such a wonderful participant. So I pay my thanks, and I rather welcome you at the outset, that because of you we have we organized this conference and this workshop. And credit goes to Meghna. Is really an instrument who brings together all of us. I mean, the speaker, the co-organizer, and all the participants. And I today morning been informed by Meghna that we have touched more than 1,000 participants in this workshop. And this is really a good sign that how much important the topic is. Means R is important for so many people now. So this is one thing which I personally feel overwhelmed with the number of participants, what I came to know. Later on, by when the workshop will finish, I will ask that how many participants continued throughout the workshop and they learned a lot. So I request Meghna, when this workshop end up, you must send a kind of questionnaire to all the participants and ask basic questions that what they have learned through this workshop, and also record their experiences, so that we will improve our workshop for future as well. And the feedback must be shared to the speaker and the co-organizers as well. This is my humble request to the organizer and convener Meghna Atwani and Sabya. And I know these two girls are really working hard. And from the day one when I met them and I motivated them, they said, yes, sir, you go, you just give direction, we will do whatever we can. And I'm proud to say that these two girls are not simple girls. They are a leader of our institution, and they are leading our departments. They are working together in a team spirit. So with these kind words to these two young budding scholars and statisticians, we all will be benefited with this workshop. And again, I welcome all of you and the participant, the organizer, and the conveners, and most respectfully, the speaker. So with these words, uh, I wish all the best for this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir, for such a warm welcome.
Thank you, sir. And before we continue with the inaugural, I just like sir said, we have crossed 1,000 number of registrations. We also have international participants, and we have participants from all over the country right now. There is not one state from which the participants have not registered or joined. In fact, our Zoom is right now full. We are getting requests to be getting people admitted, and even on YouTube live. So all the other participants whose colleagues are not able to join through Zoom can use a YouTube link. Go. Now Sabya will take over.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and unconditional support throughout the organizing of this webinar. We hope to organize more such programs in future under your leadership. Now, I would like to invite Professor K.K. Shukla, Vice Principal, Shri Jai Narayan Mishra, PG College, Lucknow, to address the participants. Professor K.K. Shukla is currently serving as a faculty in charge and professor, Faculty of Commerce, Sri Jai Narayan Mishra PG College, KKC, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. He is also serving as NCC officer in college unit of 67 UP Battalion NCC and holding the rank of major. He has vast teaching and research experience of approximately 32 years. His area of specialization including marketing, sales, human resource and finance. He has contributed various research papers to the international and national seminars and conferences and published numerous research papers in reputed journals. He is an approved academic counselor of IGNOU since 1999. He has supervised more than 20 projects. He is an active member of various administrative and academic bodies. He is also a life member of Indian Commerce Association and Lucknow Management Association. Sir, we are honored to have you today with us.
Sabya, I don't think sir is right now. I think due to technical issues, is not here. So please go on with the program.
Okay. Now we have our eminent speaker for today, Mr. Kamlakar, who is working as a statistician in Predictive Analytics Solution, Bangalore. He has a master's in statistics and his area of expertise include programming languages like R and Python. Sir, I welcome you and I now invite you to take over today's session. Participants are requested to note down their doubts and ask them at the end of the session. Sir, now you can start.
Thank you so
Shukla
much,
sir.
ma'am.
Sir, 1 second. Sir, Shukla sir has joined. 1 second. Our vice principal sir has joined.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm sorry for disturbing.
No.
Sabya just repeats Shukla sir.
Now,
Sir, can you hear us? Vice principal sir. K.K. Shukla sir, can you hear us? Hello. I don't think you can. Okay, Kamlakar sir, you can continue. Thank
Okay,
you.
ma'am. Very good afternoon, all. I am Kamlakar. I am working as a statistician at Predictive Analytics Solution. Today, I am here to showcase you some of the functionalities of STATCRAFT, which is data analysis software. This software may be important for the people working in the industry like data analysis, data science, machine learning, all that things. So the session will be divided into 3 parts. First, we will see introduction to R. There we will do some basic analysis. After that, we will move on to the live demonstration of StatCraft. There we will be using a sample data set, which will showcase you some of the functionalities of StatCraft. After that, we can open the session for queries suggestion you may have. So let's start the session. So what is R? The first thing is background. R is a programming language and software environment for statistical analysis and graphics. It is a freeware that is maintained and advanced by a large community of enthusiasts. The functionality of R can be extended through user return functions and the packages, and R community is constantly updating its capabilities by submitting many hundreds of new and advanced functions. R can also produce wide variety of graphs and charts. The primary resources of R is a CRAN, which stands for Compressive R Archive Network. Following are the resources for the information about R. Next, how to install the R. Installing R for Windows. We will take you to the installation process. The dialog box that appears during the installation will be shown. Installing R for Windows. You can download the R required version of R from CRAN website given below. This is the website from which you can download the R. Go to website, download the latest version of R for Windows. Right click on the download file and run it as an administrator. You can choose the required language from the drop-down list. By default, English is selected. Click on OK in the dialog box. Once you finish reading the information, click Next on the dialog box. Setup files will be installed in a default location. You can also change the location if needed. Click Next in the dialog box once the location is selected. Click on Next. Customize the startup if necessary. Otherwise, click Next in the dialog box to continue with default startup options. Ma'am, my voice is clear? Hello?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. Select the additional task by checking the boxes and click Next in the dialog box. By default, R icon will be created on your desktop. This dialog box will indicate that installation is in progress. This completes the installing R. Click Finish in the dialog box to exit the setup. Now R will have been installed successfully on your computer and will be ready to use. This is how the R console looks like. When R start, you will see windows called R console. This is where you type your commands and see the text. R console looks as follows. We will take you to some of the important functionalities of the menus available in R. Click on the file menu. Click on new script. This opens new script windows where you can write and execute the series of commands together. Now we will take you to the help menu. For that, click on help menu. Submenu appears with the list of topics for help. Click on console. This box gives information about R console because it contains important information about strokes and shortcuts. This is the main console window. All commands are to be typed here. All commands and I'll answer below. For example, to add 2 plus 2, type 2 plus 2 in the console. Here is the answer we get. Similarly, we can assign a value to variable and retrieve it. To assign a value of 15 to the variable x, type the following command in a console. Now, to see value, type the variable x. Let's try to calculate product of two numbers. Let's say x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5. Assign the values to the variable first as follows. To obtain product of these two values, type x into y in the console. R commands and syntax. R commands and syntax. Since R is not completely menu-driven software or language like a STATCRAFT, analysis will be carried out by writing the commands and executing them. Command should be written either in the console or in the script window. Command type in a console can be executed by hitting enter in the keyword. Command type in a to execute the commands in a new script, a new window, press Ctrl plus R. Like any programming language, R has its own syntax and structure. R code consists of many expressions, including constants, arithmetic operators, logical operators, etc. We will see how commands are executed in a section with a few examples. Now you can see few examples of variance command with the default data. If you want to see list of objects in the memory type command shown here, you can also write commands in the new script window and execute them. Go to file, click on new script. A window will open you can write codes here. Workspace in R. Here we will show you how to save workspace in R. Go to file, click on workspace, click on save workspace, choose the path and give the name to the workspace. Here it is simple, click on save and in the dialog box. This saves workspace and command also will display in the console. Now we will show you how to another way of using a workspace in R. You can either type Q in the console or click close button. Click on close button here. Click S in the dialog box to save the workspace. Choose the path and give name to the workspace. So now we will be moving on to the some basic analysis of in R. For that, I am using R Studio for the better view. For doing analysis on R, first you need to set the working directory. Let's check what is our current working directory is. Okay, our working directory is in a download folder. So the first thing, let's import the data set first in R. For that, just use the data name. Copy the file path. Give the dataset name. Let's see some part of data. For that, just type the command. So this is the data set we are going to working on today. This is the bank churn data set, which contain the variable like attrition flag, whether the existing customer is attrited or not, or it is a existing customer age, gender, dependent count, education level, marital status, income category, etc. Now let's perform some data visualization with R. Let's find the histogram of credit limit. So this is the graph we are getting. Just by looking this, we can conclude that most of the employees has very less credit limit, and there is some jump here at last that that customers have high credit limit. So next, let's perform some normality test here. For that, we are going to use QQ plot. Let's see whether the age of customer follows normal distribution or not. We are going to use QQ norm for this. So you can see here we got our QQ norm plot for customer age. So we can see here most of our data points are fall on this line. So we can conclude that customer age is a normally distributed variable. Let's see with this other variable. Let's perform this with the credit limit variable. Now you can see most of the data points are not following on this straight line. So we can, just by seeing this, we can conclude that the credit limit is not normally distributed variable. In the histogram also, we see that most of employees having a very low credit limit. So this variable is not normally distributed. We are using R just to compare how R is a different from STATCRAFT or STATCRAFT is different from R. One more thing, just now we are going to test whether there is a significant difference between male customers and female customers. For that, we have to separate out the data. So here we are filtering out the female customer's age. Let's check whether we got our result or not. Yes, we are getting the filter data, which is female customer's age. Similarly for male. Now we have data set for female customers age and male customers age. Now we would like to test whether there is a significant difference between female employee age and male employee age. For that, we are going to use the t-test. We got our result. Now you can see here our t-value is 0.35 degrees of freedom, 56.27, and our p-value is 0.73. So just by looking this, we can conclude that we can we fail to reject our null hypothesis and conclude that the average age of male and female customers is the same. So here you can see the average estimated average age of female and male customers. So we are done with R. Now we would move on to the StatCraft. So StatCraft is what is StatCraft? StatCraft is a data analysis software. So the first thing you may be wondering of that is what is StatCraft? StatCraft is a browser-based data analysis software where browser-based refers to the software application that can be accessed through web browser over the internet like Google Chrome and can be accessed through any device, be it a laptop, smartphone, tablet, with an any operating system, Windows, Mac, having internet connection. So what are the benefits of StatCraft being browser-based? We know that we have been in a pandemic for over 2 years. In that time, we are not go to colleges, labs to perform analytical work. StatCraft being browser-based, you can access it by sitting at your home or you're in a different state. One of the unique feature of StatCraft is it is a menu-driven software, which means any kind of analysis you may want to do, you can do it in a few clicks through the options available in a StatCraft. In a StatCraft, R is running in the backend and the front end we have menu-driven GUI. So the user can focus on analysis rather than worrying about coding. But why should we go for StatCraft? We know that nowadays for most of our analytical work, we go for R programming. But if you want to use R, you need to be skills coder. You have to write code. You have to install packages, which will take up a lot of your valuable time, efforts and energy. This is where StatCraft comes in. StatCraft take care of coding and make your job easier. While doing analysis in R, we use various packages like ggplot2, neural net tools, Caret, etc. Some of which popular and widely used packages are integrated with the StatCraft. So while doing analysis in a StatCraft, you don't need to install these packages again and not even to remember when to use which packages. StatCraft take care of it all. This is how the output window in a StatCraft looks like. As I mentioned earlier, StatCraft is a browser-based data analysis software. So it provides us R code, and this is how nice tabulated results we get in a StatCraft, which R does not provides. You can share your data right within a StatCraft without using any third-party application, which ensures your data confidentiality. This is how the rich and colorful graph we get, and this is possible only because of R and R packages, ggplot2, which is running in the backend. So these are some of our customers. StatCraft has been used by various state universities, central universities, management colleges like Ahmedabad, Mumbai University, Jammu University, etc. At last, if you have any queries, suggestion, you can always contact us on the information shown on the screen. We are at the end of our PowerPoint presentation and we'll be moving on to the live demonstration of StatCraft. So as I emphasized earlier, StatCraft is a browser-based data analysis software. So to access StatCraft, all you have to do is just open the Chrome browser on your device, enter URL. It will take you to the login page of StatCraft. StatCraft provides email with a password policy. So whatever the analysis you do, whatever the data you store will be into your unique login credential. So you can switch between devices. You can come back years later. All of your analytical output will be here into your unique login credential. So to access StatCraft, just enter the username, password, that's it. This is how easy it is to access StatCraft. This is how the StatCraft interface looks like. It is very simple and clean looking interface. It has standard spreadsheet view. If you come here at the top left corner, we have various tools related to our data analysis task. Under the data, let's explore them one by one. Under the data, you can import your data set. You can export your data set under the prepare as a part of our data pre-processing technique. You can derive new variable. You can record existing categorical variable. You can apply lead lag, flag. You can, and in case your data set contain missing values, you can treat them using filler option. Also, you can create new data set. You can apply filter on your data set, normalize your data set, and also you can take sample from your data set. Coming to reports, under the reports, you can find the report tables, group summaries. Under the outlier, as a part of our data cleaning process, you can detect outlier, impute outliers. Under the descriptives, you can find basic descriptives like mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation. Under the compare groups, here you will find all the tools related to hypothesis testing. Under the t-test, we have one sample t-test, paired sample t-test, independent sample t-test. Under the ANOVA, we have both one-way, two-way, and repeated measures. Sometimes our dataset does not follow normal distribution. For that, you can go for non-parametric tests. Under that, we have Wilcoxon test, Kruskal-Wallis rank sum test, and Friedman rank sum test. If you want to check the association between categorical variables, you can go for crosstabs. Next, we have group descriptors, MANOVA. And if you want to check the homogeneity of variance assumption, for that you can go for Levin's test, Bartlett's test, and Flinker-Collin test. Sometime before move on to actual analysis of the data, we want to check the normality assumption of data. For that, we have Shaporovic's normality test, Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, and multivariate normality test. Coming to advanced analytical tool called regression. Under the regression, you can find correlation between dependent variable and independent variables. Next, we have partial regression. You can build linear regression model. And in case your dependent variable is categorical in nature, you can go for binomial logistic regression, multinomial logistic regression. And also we have L1, L2 regularization called lasso regression and ridge regression under the clustering as a part of our machine learning. Under the unsupervised learning, we have k-means, hierarchical clustering. Under the machine learning as a part of our supervised machine learning techniques, we have R-part, neural network, C5.0, and naive Bayes. Under the time series, we have various forecasting methods like simple exponential smoothing, Holt's method, Holtz-Winter method, ARIMA, ACF plot, PSCF plot, and time series plot. And in case you are dealing with medical data set, you can go for Servava curve, Cox regression. Sometime before move on to actual analysis, we want, if your dataset contain multiple variables and we want to determine which variable are more important for our analysis, for that you can go for dimensionality reduction technique like factor analysis, principal component analysis, and linear discriminant analysis. Also, we have quite extensive graphics catalog. Under that, we have scatter plot, bar plot, box plot, pie chart, histogram, heat map, pyramid plot, dual axis plot, density plot, parallelogram, summary plot, and QQ plot. If you want more options, you can go for bar plot, scatter plot, and histogram. Now, before exploring other feature of StatCraft, let's import the dataset first. For that, go to Analysis tab, Data, click on Import, select the unique table name, click on Table Description, click on Upload Table. It will take you to your computer directory. StatCraft supports CSV file and XLSS file, which are basically two most widely used file types. So let's select the data you want to. Once you click on the data set, you will show all the variables contained in your data set. You can either to choose to remove or keep the variables. Next, we have rename variables. Here you can rename your variable. Also, you can change the data type of variable. Under that, we have now numeric, string, date, time, and date time. One of the unique feature of StatCraft is here called variable label. Sometimes our dataset contain information about income, but we measure the income on different scale, sometime in thousand, lakhs, crore. So you can mention that thing here for your future reference. Also, you can change the measure of your dataset like nominal, ordinal, scale. Once you are happy with how your dataset is looking, you can click on OK. So this is the dataset we are going to working on today. This is the bank churn dataset, which contain info variable like attrition flag, customer age, gender, dependent count, education level, marital status, income category, etc. And one more very important variable is here called credit limit. So next important feature of StatCraft is here. So next important feature of StatCraft is here at the bottom right corner called View tab. If you click on View tab, you will find various subtabs like tables, data, meta, output. If you click on tables, it will show all the dataset previously imported to your unique login credential. Because StatCraft provides email with password policy, this has become essential repository to all of your dataset. So unless you delete the dataset manually, you can switch between devices, you can come back years later, all of your dataset will be here into your unique login credential. If you click on this share serial number, you will find two options, either to delete the dataset or to share the dataset. If you click on share, you will show all the users connected to your server. You can select them one by one. You can select them one by one or all at once. Now you can see here, StatCraft provides two options, either to share the dataset or to replicate the dataset. If you choose to share the dataset, user cannot save the copy of dataset, cannot modify the dataset, and he or she can only perform analysis on the dataset. But if you click on this share icon, it will changes to replicate, and the user right here can save the copy of dataset, modify the dataset, and can also perform analysis on the dataset. Once you click on OK, the dataset will be shared with all the selected users. Next, we have data tab. Here you will find the dataset you are currently working on. Next, we have meta tab. Here also you will find all of your all the variables contain your data set. Let's suppose, let's say you forgot to rename the variable or variable label, change the variable label while importing the data set. Still, you can change the variable name, variable label through meta tab. Also, we can change the data type like numeric, string, date, time, and date time, and also the measure like nominal, ordinal, and scale. Coming to our data set. Okay. So let's perform some visualization with StatCraft. Let's we have variable name attrition flag. We want let's say I want the visual representation of this variable. How do I do that? Just go to analysis tab, graphics, bar plot. Click on the variable you want to. Select the overlay variable you want. Let's select the marital status. Also, you can customize your bar chart. For that, go to options, click on legends, the side you want to. Go to text. Here you can give the title to your bar plot. You can increase or decrease the size of title. Also, you can choose the color for bar plot. Coming to themes, here we have various themes like gray background, grid lines, axis lines, dark gray background. It looks better. Click on OK. So this is the output we are getting, R code and tabulated results. R code, here we got the R code and this rich and colorful graph. So what are the benefits of displaying R code here? The first one, you get an exact idea of what is actually running in the backend. Next, you can also learn the R programming. And if you click here on the code snippet, you can copy this code snippet from here and paste in R console in order to get the same output as we got in a StatCraft. Coming to our bar plot. Just by seeing this, we can conclude that most of our attributed customer from single category and list from the unknown category. Coming to existing customers, here we have most of our existing customers are married and list are the diverse. These are from diverse category. If you right click on this bar plot, here you can save it as an image or you can copy this as an image and paste in Word file for your further analysis. Coming back to our data set again.
Megha ma'am? Megha ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm audible to you, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible, sir. Kamlakar, sir. His screen is not audible. Malab there. I think he has accidentally left. Dear participants, there has been a slight technical glitch from our speaker's end. I humbly request you to wait for 2 or 3 minutes and he'll join us shortly. Thank you so much for your patience. Just 2 or 3 minutes. You all know webinars can have technical glitches. Thank you. I would request the participants to stay joined in the meeting. We just have encountered a slight technical glitch. Our speaker will join us shortly. Just give us 2 or 3 minutes. Apologies for the inconvenience and thank you for being patient. Till then, if any of the participants have some doubts, they can write their doubts in the chat box. We have 2 or 3 minutes until our speaker joins. So the chat box is now open. You can write any doubts if you have had till now. Thank you. Participants can write their questions in the chat box and we'll take all of them at the end, but you can write. Thank you. Our speaker is joining us. Thank you again, all of you, for staying with us and being patient. It really means a lot for us. Also, just a simple information. This is the first program that we have done till now, but we will hold such kind of workshops and webinars in futures. So all of you are welcome to join. Our speaker is just joining. Till then, you can write your doubts in the chat box. Thank you.
Kamlakar. Audible to you, Kamlakar. Yeah, Kamlakar.
Hello.
Kamlakar, is audible?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
audible, sir.
Yeah, you're audible. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Actually, they are having some issue with the laptop. I think due to number of participants, I think.
No problem, sir.
Now
We
we
may,
will.
we may start. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Give
you
me
once
a-
again, audience, for being patient. Yes,
Give
sir.
me
Please start.
1 minute.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Just
Yes, sir.
I'm logging to browser.
Please.
My screen is visible, ma'am.
Not till now, sir.
Just a minute. Now, ma'am.
Yes, sir. It's starting, sir. Just a second. Yes, sir. Now it's visible, sir.
Okay.
Perfectly visible, sir.
So okay. So this is our data set. So now let's plot the histogram of credit limit, overlay with the gender. For that, go to Analysis tab, Graphics, Advanced Graphics. Click on Histogram. Click on Analysis Title. Select the Analysis Title. Select the X variable. In our case, it is credit limit. Overlay with gender. Also, you can customize your histogram. For that, go to Options. Select the number of bins you want to. Let's select 10. Go to lines, select the line type you want to. Select the title for your histogram. Coming to color, also you can change, select the color for your histogram. Coming to themes. Once you are happy with how your selection, then click on OK. So this is the output we are getting, R code, and this is how nice tabulated results we get in a StatCraft. I think this is not very good looking. I will go to the steps I went to. Click on OK. So this is the result we are getting. Here we got R code, and this is the rich and colorful graph we are getting. On the x-axis, we have credit limit, and on a y-axis, we are overlay with the gender. So just by seeing this, we can conclude that most of the customers have low credit limit. And one more thing we can notice here, the female customers has a very low credit limit, and there is a sudden jump here in a male employees. Also, if you right click on this histogram, you can save it as an image, or you can copy this and paste in Word file for your further analysis. So this is our desired result. Last time we are not getting the legends properly, as you can see here. Legends were not properly coming to our data set again. You can edit your data right within a StatCraft. If you click here on the pen icon, it will changes to green. And now you can go in and make the changes you want to. Let's say make the customer age 40. Once you are happy with changing, you can click on this pen icon again, and the edit mode will be deactivated. Now we have various output in a StatCraft. Let's say I want all of my analytical output in a particular folder for organizational purpose. For that, we have folder, custom folder option. If you click on this folder option here, you will find all the previously created folder into a unique login credential. You can, if you want to create new folder, you can click on this plus icon, select the unique folder name. Description. If you click on OK, the folder now has been created. If you click on the folder, it will changes to green. Click on OK. The folder now has been displayed here. Now moving forward, whatever analysis you do will be saved into your unique folder name bank churn. So now you can imagine how easy it is to access all of your analytical output while you come back years later, or when you switch between devices. All of your analytical output will be here into your unique folder name bank churn. Coming to our data set again. Here we have variable name education level. Let's say I want to visualize this variable. How do I do that? Just go to analysis tab, graphics, click on pie chart, select the chart title, select the factor you want to, In our case, it is education level. Also, you can customize your pie chart. Select the line type you want to. Go to text. Here you can select the title for your pie chart. Let's select it as an education level. You can increase or decrease the size of title. Coming to color, you can select the color for pie chart. Next, themes. Here we have various themes like rainbow, height, terrain, topo, CM. Once you are happy with how your pie chart is looking, you can click on OK. So this is the result we are getting, R code and this rich and colorful graph. Just by seeing this, we can conclude that most of our customers are graduate, falls in a graduate category and lists from the postgraduate category. Similarly, as a histogram and bar plot, if you right click on this pie chart, you can save it as an image, or you can copy this as an image and paste in Word file for your further analysis. Coming to
Apologies, sir. Please continue.
okay. So next, here we have variable name, customer age. Let's say we want to test the fact that whether this customer age is normally distributed. Ma'am, who is this doing this, ma'am? Colors. Hello. Hello.
Sir, I am not doing, and the settings are also not. I don't know. Please, participants, whoever is doing this immaturity should stop. This is now how you attend a workshop. I don't know, because there is no permission to share whiteboards. So sorry, sir.
No problem. So next, here we have variable name, customer age. Let's say we want to test whether this variable follow normal distribution or not. We can visualize this using the normal QQ plot. For that, just go to Analysis tab, Graphics, select QQ plot, select the chart title. Select the variable. In our case, it is a customer age. Go to text. Select the color. Once you are happy with your selection, you can click on OK. So as we see the result in R, we got the same results. So just by seeing this, we can conclude that most of our data points are falling on this straight line. So we can conclude that our age variable is normally distributed. Let's do this with another variable called credit limit. Just go to graphics, a QQ plot, select the variable. Credit limit, click on OK. So this is the result we are getting, R code and tabulated result. Just by saying this, we can conclude that most of the data points do not fall on the straight line. So there is a specific pattern here. So we can conclude that this variable is not normally distributed. Also, we can confirm this from a histogram as well. Select the go to option, select the bins you want to. Let's select 10 bins. Select the color. Go to themes. Click on OK. So you can see here it is quite positively skewed distribution. So we are done with our visualization techniques. Now we will be move on to the other feature of StatCraft, which is called data preparation techniques. For that, just go to analysis tab. First, we will come back to our data set. Go to analysis tab, data, prepare, derive, use the new variable name, select the variable. Let's select the customer age and give the condition. Validate. Click on OK. If you scroll all the way back, you can see here where the customer is greater than 40. There only it indicated the true value, and otherwise it gives the false value. This is the way we can derive the new variable from here. Now here we have one variable named gender. Let's say we want to record this variable, a female as a 0 and male as a 1. I can do that easily. Just go to analysis tab, data, prepare, click on record, give new title. Select the variable and you want to. Here we have gender variable. Give the new variable value. We are indicating female with a 0. New label as a 0. For the male as a 1. Click on OK. Now we have new variable, recorded variable. It is indicating 0 as a female and 1 as a male. So you can perform, now you can perform analysis, mathematical analysis on this data set or this variable. Coming to our data set again. Let's create the new variable manually. How do I do that? Just go to data, prepare. Before that, let's see the filler option. Suppose your data set contains missing values and you want to treat them. You can do this using the filler option. Here we have all the variables. Let's select the variable for which we want to fill the missing values. Let's select the customer age. Here you can fill the missing values using mean function, mode, or median. Let's select the mean. New variable. Click on OK. Now we have newly created variable called filled customer age. So we have successfully filled the missing values. Come back to analysis tab, go to data. Next, let's manually create the new data set. For that, just go to new data set, give the unique table name. Let's give the name students, table description. Click on OK. Now, if you click here, our new table has been created. If you click on this table, you can add the variable number of variables you want to. Just come back to meta. Now here you can create the newly variables. Let's select the name. Other age. If you come back to data, here you can find we have successfully created our data set. One more step is remaining there. Come back to meta. Here we have to change the measure and data type for the variable. Since name is a nominal variable, we will select the string. Let's create once again. On OK. Make it as a nominal. First, make it as a string. I think some issues there. Let's so we can filter your data set based on the specific condition. Let's say we want to filter our data where the customer age is greater than 40. For that, just click on the filter option. Click on this plus icon. Just a minute. Sorry, I haven't changed the data. That's why our main data set is this. Just go to data, click on filter. Click on the condition. Select the customer age. Give the condition. Click on validate. Now we have the filtered data set where there is only customer present who has a weight greater than 40. So this is the way you can filter out your data. I want my data again. For that, just go to data, click on filter. I can delete this filter. Click on OK. Let's select the sample from this data set. How do I do that? Just go to analysis tab, data, click on the sampling, select the new data. Select the number of records you want to. Let's select the 100. Let's select 15. Click on OK. So here we got our sample. Here we take the sample from our original data set, which contain the number of records is equal to 20. So this is the way you can take sample from your data set. Coming back to our original data. Now let's say we want to detect the outliers. How do I do that? Here we have variable name, customer age. Let's say I want to detect the outliers for this variable. How do I do that? Just go to analysis tab, click on outliers, detect outlier, select the variable. In our case, it is customer age. Select the method you want to, like IQR, which stands for interquartile range or standard deviation. Click on OK. So this variable has a outlier and the row ID 36, which is 27. So that was the outlier in our data set. We can impute that outlier by following the same steps. Just select the impute outlier, select the variable, customer age, select the method by which you want to fill the you want to input the outlier, and select the imputation method like mean, median, maximum, mode, standard deviation, median, null. Let's select the mean, click on OK. So this is the we have successfully inputted our missing outliers. Coming to data. Now let's say I want the general description of that data set. How do I do that? Just go to analysis tab, descriptives, click on descriptives, your analysis title, select the variables you want to. Let's select customer age, credit limit, month on book. Go to options. Here you will find various basic statistics like mean, median, mode, count, range, minimum, maximum, etc. Click on OK. So this is the result. We are getting R code and tabulated results. If you come here you will find two options like share, how to share the output. If you click on share, you will find all the users connected to your server. You can select them one by one or all at once. Once you click on OK, the output will be shared with all the selected users. Coming to our table, here you can either save it, you can copy this and paste in a Word file for your further analysis, or you can save it as a spreadsheet. So this is how we got our table spreadsheet. And if you want to delete all of your analytical output at once, you can click on this delete button and all of your analytical output will be deleted. Coming to our data set again. Now we have variable name credit limit here. Or another variable name customer age. Let's say we want to test the fact that whether the average customer age is equal to 50 or not. How do I do that? Just go to analysis tab, compare groups, click on t-test, select one sample t-test, select the variable you want to. In our case, it is a customer age. Now these are the default input provided by STATCRAFT. Let's say there is no change here. I click on OK. So this is the output we are getting, R code and tabulated results. Now I realize I made mistake. I haven't changed the hypothesized mean. I can correct my mistake easily. I will delete the output right away. And I go to the steps I went to. Compare groups, t-test, one sample t-test. Now you can see here, whatever the inputs I have provided got autofilled. So StatCraft always aim to save your time and give you results in a fast way. Select the analysis title. Select the sample mean. In our case, it is a 15. Next, we have confidence level. Coming to you can change it if you want to. Coming to alternative hypothesis, under that we have two-sided, greater, less. Once you are happy with your selection, you can click on OK. So just by seeing this, we can, here we have p-value less than 0.05. So we can reject our null hypothesis and conclude that average customer age is not equal to 50. Coming to our data set again. So the next technique we have is ANOVA. Now let's say for that we are going to use another data set. So This is the Iris dataset. Many of you may be familiar with this dataset. This dataset contains the variable like sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width, and the species. Here we have 4 numerical variables and 1 categorical variable, which contain categories like setosa, versicolor, and virginica. Let's say we want to test here whether the sepal width in the categories is significantly different or not. How do I do that? Just go to Analysis tab, Compare Groups, click on ANOVA, click on One-Way ANOVA, select the analysis title, select the variable. Let's select the sepal width, select the factor. In our case, it is a species. Go to options. Here we have homogeneity of variance test like Levin's test and Bartlett's test. Next, we have post-ops test. Select the 2K SSD. And next, here we have various plots like 2K SSD, residual versus fitted plot, normal QQ plot, scale location, Cook's distance, residual versus leverage, Cook's distance versus leverage. Click on OK. So this is the result we are getting, R code and tabulated results. Now you can see here, we have degrees of freedom to sum of squares, mean sum of squares, and F statistics. And we got our p-value, which is less than 0.05. So we can reject our null hypothesis and we can conclude that there is a significant difference between average sepal width in between the categories. Next, we have homogeneity of variance assumption test called Bartlett's test. Here also we have p-value. Here we have p-value greater than 0.05. So our categories are following the homogeneity of variance assumption. Coming to 2K SSD. There versicolor and setosa, there is a significant difference in a sepal width between these categories, and also between the virginica and setosa also there is a significant difference, and similarly for virginica and versicolor. Next we have residual versus fitted plot and normal KQ plot. Coming back to our data again. Now here we have variable name sepal length. Let's say I want to find whether there is a correlation between some variables. How do I do that? Just go to Analysis tab, Regression, click on Correlation, select the analysis title, select the variable, here we have various methods like Pearson, Spearman, and Kendall. Click on OK. So you can see here there is a correlation between sepal length and petal width, and also it is a highly significant since our significance value is less than 0.05. We can also build the linear regression model from this. For that, just go to Analysis tab, Graphics, Regression, Linear Regression, select the dependent variable, sepal length, and independent variable petal width. Go to options. Here we have various options like stepwise regression. You can omit the constant, and you can find the statistics like confidence interval, VIF, and variable importance. Go to plots. Here we have various plots like normal QQ plot, residual versus fitted plot, scale location, Cook's distance, residual versus leverage, Cook's distance versus leverage. Under the save, you can save the fitted values, residual values. Select the plot color. Click on OK. So this is the result we are getting, R code and tabulated results. Here we have coefficients. We get our R squared value here is 0.66. Similarly, adjusted R square 0.66. Next, we have coefficient table. Here we got the intercept 4.77 and for the petal width 0.88. Next, we have ANOVA table, confidence interval. I think we have to select the two independent variable for the VIF. Next, we have residual versus fitted plot. And next, residual normal QQ plot, QQ residuals. Now let's say I want my analytical output more presentable. How do I do that? If you can see here, we have output manager option. If you click on this output manager option, here you will find all of your analytical output. Let's say I don't want this R code here. I can delete it right away. Coming to table, I can change the background color for the head, for the body separately. I can change the text color for the head. For the body. And for the border as well. Select the font style for the head, for the body separately. Select the font style, font size for the head and for the body as well. Also, you can add the conclusion for your analysis. For that, just click here. Give the color to this. Once you are happy with how your output is looking, you can directly print it or you can save it as an image. Coming to dataset again. Now here we have various tools offered by STATCRAFT. Let's say I am having difficulty in understanding some of these topics. For that, we have extensive help menu. If you click here on the question mark, you will find two guides like user guide and statistics guide. You can click on user guide, analysis, Here we have various tools offered by STATCRAFT. You can select any one of them. And here you will find a detailed guide to how to perform the ANOVA. Next, we have statistics guide. Here you will find the hyperlink list of all the variables all the analytical tools which StatCraft is offering. You can click on any one of them, read the material, and apply to your data set and continue your analysis. So that's all from my side. Now I would like to open the session for queries, suggestion you may have. Hello.
Thank you, sir. I'll just open the floor for queries.
Yes, ma'am.
We have some questions in the chat, sir. I'll just ask you them. The first one is, can we achieve same results using Python as
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
or is R better?
Ma'am, we can get the same result as we got in a R. Means one version is there, StatCraft Python.
Okay.
And for statistical analysis, as far as statistics is concerned, R is better than Python.
Okay.
As far as statistics is concerned.
There is another question, sir. Can StatCraft access each and every feature of our language?
No, ma'am. As of now, means some of popular and widely used packages are integrated with a StatCraft, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
If there is any questions, means I can show them all the tools, means whatever the tools is there.
So you may, whatever you like.
Okay. So in the first way, I can show them. You can import the data set, export data set. Next, under the prepare, you can derive new variable, record, lead lag, and one more filler option is there. You can create the new data set, save as. You can apply filter on your data set, normalize sampling, and you can find the report tables, group summaries. You can detect the outliers, input outliers. Next, we have descriptives and frequencies. Under the compare groups, we have t-test. Under the t-test, we have one sample t-test, paired sample t-test, independent sample t-test. Under the ANOVA, we have both one-way, two-way, and repeated measures. Under the non-parametric test, we have Wilcoxon test, Kruskal-Wallis rank sum test, and Friedman rank sum test. Under the test of normality, we have Shapirow-Wills normality test, Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, multivariate normality test. Under the regression, we have correlation, partial correlation, linear regression, binomial logistic regression, and multinomial logistic regression, and L1, L2 regularization like lasso regression and ridge regression. Under the clustering, we have k-means and hierarchical clustering. Under unsupervised learning, we have R-part, neural network, and C5.0. And last, naive Bayes. Under the time series, we have simple exponential smoothing, Holtz method, Holtz-Winter method, ARIMA, ACF plot, PSCF plot, and time series plot. And in case you are dealing with medical data set, for that we have Savawa curve, Cox regression. Under the dimensionality reduction techniques, we have factor analysis, principal and component analysis, and linear discriminant analysis. Under graphics, we have scatter plot, bar plot, box plot, pie chart, histogram, heat map, pyramid plot, dual axis plot, density plot, parallelogram, summary plot, and cubicle plot. Under the advanced graphics, we have bar plot, scatter plot, and histogram. And since our developer team is working on the other feature of StatCraft as well, Hello, any other question, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
There's one more question. Is there any resource to learn more about StatCraft?
Resource, ma'am, I think one Facebook page is there on StatCraft name is there, or as I shown here under the, if you click here on question mark, here we have user guide and statistics guide. So under the user guide, you can learn here the StatCraft.
Okay, sir. So the next question is, this is from our audience from YouTube. Can these statistical methods or the StatCraft software be used in social science research?
Means, ma'am, what is their adjective? Can they specify so I can tell them? Means for what objective?
Just a field like students from statistics use this, students from computer science use this software. Can students from humanities, social science, maybe economics, political science or education, can they also use this software?
Ma'am, I think hypothesis testing is used in every field, I think. So we can use the hypothesis testing methods, and nowadays boom is there in machine learning techniques. So in each and every field, machine learning is there, some part. So they can use for machine learning and data preparation, data imputation, like as I shown you how to detect the outliers, impute the outliers. It is the basic thing. So all they need.
Okay. So there's one more question, sir, from YouTube. Like, are there resources on YouTube or some other means of learning?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. One channel is there named StatCraft.
Okay, so
yes,
we can all access.
Yes, ma'am.
I am not able to understand this question. What is the memory limit of R in StatCraft?
Same for me, ma'am. I have not understood.
I'm not able to understand. So any other participants? Okay, there is one more question. If we have knowledge about R and Python already, then what is the role of StatCraft?
So basically, means if there is a non-technical person, they don't know the programming language, and if you know programming also, you have to means you have to like remember the codes, whatever the libraries you have to use. So there may be problem. If StatCraft is very handy, so you can directly perform analysis. You don't need to worry about the syntaxes, whether my syntax is means whether there is a mistake or not. You can directly perform your analysis.
Okay, that sounds better. I'll just open for unmuting if some participant wants to ask. Is there some participant I have allowed unmuting? If someone wants to ask a question, please ask one by one. You can unmute yourself and ask. If not, then we'll move forward with the vote times. Is there any other participant? I don't think there are. So, okay. Thank you, sir. And now I would like to invite my colleague, Ms. Sabya Singh, to give the vote of thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kamlakar, for such an enlightening and insightful lecture. I am positive that the participants here today have benefited a lot from today's session. So coming to the end of this one-day international webinar, on behalf of the Department of Statistics, Sri Jai Narayan Mishra PG College, Lucknow, I would like to express my heartful gratitude towards Professor Vinod Chandra sir, Principal, Sri Jai Narayan Mishra PG College, Lucknow, and Professor K.K. Shukla sir, Vice Principal, Sri Jai Narayan Mishra PG College, Lucknow, for taking out time from their busy schedules and being part of this webinar today. Your guidance and encouragement have been instrumental in fostering an environment of academic excellence and innovation within our institution. We deeply appreciate our commitment to our educational journey, and we look forward to continued collaboration and inspiration under your esteemed leadership. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us. Now, I would like to thank the team of Predictive Solution and organizing team of StatCraft Bangalore, especially Mr. Madhusudan, who has been handling all the technical issues from his end, and Mr. Kamlakar for imparting knowledge to the participants on data analysis in R using STATCRAFT. Now, a special thanks to Ms. Meghna Athwani, my colleague, for her unconditional support and in coordinating and handling the huge number of participants. Last but not the least, a big shout out to the participants for your enthusiastic participation. We hope we were able to come up to your expectations. Do give us honest feedback so that there is a scope of improvements in our future programs. The link of feedback form has been shared in the chat box of Zoom and in the YouTube live chat. You may fill it right now. Please fill all the details in the feedback form correctly, especially your name and affiliation. No changes will be made in the certificate once the feedback form is submitted. Generation of certificate will take around 7 to 10 days. Please be patient. Once again, thank you everyone. The link for the certificates will not be shared in the Telegram group. So all of you have to compulsorily join Telegram link for the Telegram group for link for which has also been shared.
Thank you, Sabya. Kamlakar sir, there is one more question if you have time.
Yes, ma'am. No problem. You can ask.
Our audience from YouTube have asked this question. Is what is StatCraft's policy on like data privacy or security? Is our data secure with
Yes,
StatCraft?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because StatCraft is providing email with password policy, so no one can see your data. So data confidentiality is there, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. And any other doubts, sir? To the audience, we have the last round. Okay. So thank you again, sir. And thank you
so much,
to
ma'am,
all the
for listening.
participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So I think we can now end this session for today and hoping to see all of you in future.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Well. नहीं, उन्होंने बोला अभी 2 घंटे चलेगा इसे, मतलब 4 बजे बोला था। हाँ, क्यों? Hello, can we end the session, ma'am? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.